Well, hello everyone and welcome to this monthly recap, where basically what I'm going to be doing is going through what I achieved this month in terms of YouTube, because I'm putting out a lot of videos right now. I don't really have time to even think about the videos I'm putting out at this point. So I thought, okay, I'll take one day a month where I can go over them, see what works, see what didn't, what I liked, what I didn't like, what I'm going to change up next month. And at the end of the video, I'll have my announced schedule that I'll have for this month, for February. So yeah, and I'll probably tweet it out too. But, you know, everything is subject to change, but this is where we are right now, okay? So let's go over the past month. So in January of 2026, I made 44 videos, which is an absolutely new record. I've never made 44 videos. A lot of these are somewhat scripted as well, which is kind of crazy, but this is true, 44 videos. We put out 35 Ordinary Ari videos, which is, 12 miscellaneous, 9 Edgerunners reactions, you know, 1 episode left in that show, 5 Jujutsu Kaisen related videos, 4 The Darwin Incident reactions, 4 One Piece reviews, and then 1 Chainsaw Man video, which was also my first copyright strike, because it did get deleted and striked, and I'm waiting for the counterclaim to either happen or for me to get sued, so I guess we'll see what happens, but, you know, that's happening. I put out 1 Elite Ari video, which is a top 10 openings, anime openings video, which, you know, was never intended to be an Elite Ari video, but I put a lot of time into it, and it ended up coming out, like, pretty good in the end, and I was like, okay, whatever, this can go in Elite Ari, so that came out. Then I had 8 secondary ENT videos, so 3 Chainsaw Man discussions, which are roughly the pace that I think Fujimoto is releasing stuff, so 3 out of, you know, every 4 weeks he tends to release them. I had 2 Night of the Seven Kingdoms discussions with Kyle, but I have now dropped that show, but that was something I tried, okay. We had 2 Evangelion discussions that went up, like, publicly, in terms of January, and then 1 Naruto discussion that went up in January. So, you know, a lot of videos this month, so I'm very happy with this. This will hopefully not be decreasing next month, but we'll see. Now, in terms of views and like what's successful and stuff, so, you know, I put a variable amount of things in each of these categories, so this doesn't necessarily represent much. Like, you know, if I put out like 50 Edgerunners reactions, it could get a lot of views, but each video is not going to get many views. But in total, I got 64,000 views. Now, this is a log graph, which means that we're looking at orders of magnitude here. You can see it's not a linear scale. You're 500, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. So the differences are very dramatic, but I've kind of reduced them so we can actually look at things. Firstly, JJK dominates by far. I'll continue making those weekly JJK videos. They are very good for views. I think the worst one, even just like the one that didn't really succeed at all, even that got like 500 views. So I'm very happy. But there was a very clear outlier, and one of them got like 50,000 views basically, and that's where all of this comes from. But so yeah, JJK, and then the miscellaneous views, I almost got 10,000 from this, so this has been very successful as well. Then we've got the Darwin Incident reactions, which are at around 900. Then the Chainsaw Man discussions. Then I had my 1 Chainsaw Man edited video that got deleted and copyright strike. That got 800, and I'm fairly sure this would have got quite a few views. It was, you know, a nice exponential curve, but it is what it is. Then we have the 3 Chainsaw Man discussions on Kyle's channel, which got 444. Then the Edgerunners reactions at 326. The One Piece reviews at 270. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms 2 episodes at 198, and then Evangelion at 176, Naruto at 169, and then the 1 Elite Ari video at 124. So this is where we stand. Now, I was very happy because I managed to get 5 videos, plus probably almost certainly the Chainsaw Man video, over 1,000 views. Now, most of these, you know, 4 of these are JJK videos, weekly JJK videos specifically, and then a reaction to the opening. And then I have 1 miscellaneous video, which wasn't very hard to make. I didn't intend for this to get many views, but here it is, you know, managed to get a lot of views. 5,000 views, my second most successful video this month. Just a random video that I had no hopes for. So this is the benefit of just putting out a bunch of miscellaneous videos, which is that some things can just succeed and you don't really predict it, and I'm very happy. So, you know, yeah, and it's a decent video. So pretty crazy. Now, if we break it down more like views per video, we see JJK still dominates. The miscellaneous videos are great. That's just the 1 Chainsaw Man video I put out. Darwin Incident, like in terms of the reactions, Darwin Incident like dwarfs Edgerunners, which kind of makes sense because it is a current anime, which people are probably looking for reactions for, whereas Edgerunners, I don't really provide anything interesting. My reactions are very short. They're not very entertaining. And the series itself is probably not very popular right now. A better time for this probably would have been when season 2 was going to start airing, that I could have started this, but you know, it is what it is. And One Piece is also not very successful at all. Elite Ari, that's fine. You know, sometimes you get big hits on the scripted channel, sometimes you don't. This is fine. But One Piece is like, it's really not getting many views. Now, the problem is that I don't know who would be the audience for this. I don't watch many episodes like at a time where it's like someone will be interested to see like my wider thoughts. I'm not watching I'm not like reviewing recent stuff, so it's not like someone who is really into the anime or the manga right now is going to be watching my stuff. But this is an issue that I'm a bit less concerned about because I think over time, as I get closer and closer, toward catching up or whatever, I'm sure there'll probably be more people who are more interested in those arcs. But you never know. If in 6 months from now, if we're still getting like 50 views per video, who knows? Maybe I'll change it up how I do this. Maybe I won't do reviews anymore. Maybe I'll do some other type of content. But yeah, views. I got 208 subs. Most come from JJK, and then secondary, they come from the miscellaneous videos. I was kind of surprised also that I did get subs for like each of these series. I got 3 for the Darwin Incident, 3 for One Piece, and 2 for Edgerunners. So that was kind of surprising. I did lose 1 from Elite Ari though, so that's sad, but it is what it is. I also got 225 comments. Again, JJK dominates. However, considering it got far fewer views, the miscellaneous videos tend to get a lot of comments too. Especially that one really controversial video I made about Isekai. So, 85 comments. Darwin Incident 9 doesn't really tend to get many comments. There's been quite a few One Piece comments, and there's been a lot of Edgerunners comments, mainly by one person who's really, really loves the show and has a lot of notes for me, which I like. So 21 there, then 2 comments on Lead Ari, but yep. 1.8 thousand watch hours, pretty much the same trend as what you would expect. JJK dominates, then miscellaneous, Darwin, so on and so forth. Now, there's a few takeaways. One is that I have enjoyed this. I have liked making 1 video a day. I will continue doing it. I don't think it will go down. If anything, it would go up, but I am kind of limited by time, but I enjoy it. The second thing is that miscellaneous videos are fantastic. I like them, okay? It gives me, firstly, I can record them ahead of time, so I don't have to do them on the day, and it adds a bit of pressure when I have to do something like that. Like JJK is a very stressful day, and Darwin Incident is a little bit stressful, but I still have a little bit of leeway there because it actually comes out technically on a Wednesday, and my reaction goes up on a Thursday. But anyway, miscellaneous videos are great. I can record them whenever. They just stimulate my creativity because I'm like, I have to do something. Let me just put out a video out there regardless of what it is. And they're just fun sometimes. So, we like miscellaneous videos. Now, scripted videos, I'll go to the last point here. However, I think they are very important. Like I showed you before, there's top 5 videos, or 6 technically if we include Chainsaw Man. Those top 6 viewed videos this month were, all of them except for one, which was a topical reaction to the Jujutsu Kaisen opening. They were all scripted videos. They weren't particularly good scripted videos. They were literally just me randomly saying something for 2 minutes, which wasn't too interesting, but a lot of people found it interesting, I guess, or a lot of people clicked on it. And they're not too hard to make. Now, the problem is that, despite being very, very easy to make, they still do take a lot of time. The JJK videos, probably from me finishing the episode, or let's say we include, the time taken for me to watch the episode until the final making it public is probably around 5 to 6 hours. That includes the watching the episode, writing notes, thinking about what the video is going to be, recording the audio, editing the video, and then making a thumbnail, coming up with titles. All of that is 5 to 6 hours of work. So that kind of takes away my Friday, right? But I would love to make more scripted kind of content like this because it is probably the best form of content I produce. I am the most engaging in that format. I say the most interesting things in that format, and a lot of people tend to like that a lot more. I get a lot of controversial comments on any of my unscripted stuff, and I very, very rarely get controversial comments on my scripted videos. It happens, but it's they tend to be much more positively received because I get to put more thought into things, and it's somewhat more pleasant to kind of watch because it's someone has a coherent thing of what they're saying and not rambling, basically. But I don't know, basically I want to make more scripted stuff this month on Ordinary Ari specifically. So there's miscellaneous videos, hopefully. That's my mentality I'm going into it with, but we'll see. They're a bit too time consuming, so I might not be able to, but yeah. The last thing is that I think it is important to stick with either airing stuff that is currently airing, like the Darwin Incident, which has been doing pretty consistently, over 100 views in every reaction. And the first reaction has 500 views or something, and it keeps climbing. All these views for reactions for Darwin Incident, they're not just static. It's not like it gets to 100 and stops. They're still going, is because the show's still airing, right? So that's very successful. Edgerunners and One Piece are both pretty much failures in terms of views. Edgerunners, no one is watching that basically. I mean, there are people, but it's 30 views per episode, right? No one really cares. And One Piece similarly, it's not getting many views at all. So and also these are either series that are not very current, like One Piece, where I'm many decades behind at this point. And Edgerunners, when I'm assuming there's not much interest in it at the moment. But yeah, JJK also just pretty much prints views, so I'm going to keep doing that. But those are my takeaways for this month, okay? But it is what it is. Then now, finally, we have my schedule for next month, okay? It's very similar. There's 2 main differences, or 3 main differences. One is that I've dropped a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But if we go through this, we have Monday and Wednesday will still be miscellaneous videos. Wednesday, every week or 2, we'll have a Chainsaw Man review discussion with Kyle Entertainment on Secondary NT, so that's on his channel. Then on Tuesdays, me and Kyle are going to be doing episode by episode discussions for Pluribus. That's going to be on my channel. It's going to be week by week. On Thursday, I'll still have my Darwin Incident reaction. On Friday, I'll still have my Jujutsu Kaisen video that I'll put out, whatever that is. And then I'll also stream on Friday. Occasionally, I'll be probably too busy with JJK and I might push the stream to Saturday, but almost certainly they'll be on Friday. Then on Saturday, I'm starting reactions to Andor Season 2, because that's something I've been wanting to watch for a while, and I hope there's still somewhat of an interest in this, but maybe not. Maybe this will be the next Edge Runners, and I'll only get like 30 views per episode, but we'll see. And then Sunday, I will continue the One Piece reviews, so... Yep, this is the new schedule. Now, there's a few things to expect this month. There's 2 more planned Evangelion discussions, but we'll see if we manage to fit them in this month. There will be 1 Naruto discussion. I only put like approximately because there might be 2 if we can squeeze it in, but I don't think so. It'll probably just be 1. There will possibly be a Cyberpunk Edge Runners discussion with Kyle. Now, I don't think he started watching that show, so I don't know if it'll happen this month or if it's going to happen at all, but that is a possibility this month. And there is also the possibility of Orb of the Movements of the Earth, or whatever that show is called. Bacon has shown interest in doing reviews for that. Like, he's already seen it, but he wants to maybe watch it again, and we could do like bi-weekly things, like once every 2 weeks or something. We can do some reviews for that. So, you know, that's a possibility too. But that's all I've got. I don't know. You have any thoughts? Please let me know. Either comment down below or follow me on Twitter and tweet at me or something. I am open to suggestions. You know, I'm open to feedback as well. If you have any opinions on, you know, any of my series here, if you think there's anything I can improve, anything I can change. I won't necessarily agree with you. I might not even take any of your advice, but I am interested to hear it. So please let me know. But that's it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't for some reason. Why are you listening to this if you're not subscribed? I feel like only subscribers would ever listen to this video, but anyway, see you next time.